What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is this time of the year again. We know that Apple is going to be releasing some new iPhones in the coming month. I think the iPhone 13 Pro Max last year came out September 26th, if I'm not mistaken. But it is August, like the halfway of August, August 13th. And I basically have had the iPhone 13 Pro Max for 1 year. I think it's safe to say that I have really enjoyed this phone throughout the year. It's probably been the best iPhone that I've ever had. If you guys know me, you guys know my older videos. I was a very hardcore into phones with long-lasting battery life, or making sure that I was maximizing my battery life. It was almost always exclusively about battery life. I would do battery life tests, battery life comparisons, stuff like that. And out of all the iPhones I have ever used, heck, even after all the regular phones I've ever used, I am 100% convinced that the iPhone 13 Pro Max is probably the battery life king out of all the ones I've ever had. I remember the Note 7 was pretty good, but I had to return that one because it was blowing up. I remember the Moto Z Play was pretty good, but it's just crazy how good this battery life is. So this is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about like 1 year updates, 1 year impressions, long lasting, longevity, stuff like that. So first off, I want to show you guys, what I'm talking about. So let's go to battery health. As you guys can see, we are at 98% battery health, maximum capacity, 98%. So that is after almost a full year of usage, I have dropped 2% battery life capacity. I am on average, let's see, well, I don't know how to really read these. I've never understood how to read them, but I'm averaging, I wake up probably at around 7:30 on most days, sometimes 6:40, 6:30, but let's just say 7 to be a nice average. Wake up at 7. Basically use the phone for like 30 minutes in the bathroom, you guys know. Then I will go to work, come back from work, work out, listen to a podcast while I'm working out, have my Beats Fit connected to it the whole time. I have an Apple Watch connected to this as well. And I usually go to bed from 11:30 to 12. And at 12, I have barely broken 35%, and that is with me having GPS and navigation on for at least 2 hours, full brightness screen at least for an hour or two, yes, like taking pictures every once in a while. The battery life, like I'm saying, like is crazy. So the iPhone 14 Pro Max, if that's what they call it, if that's what they decide to go with, I can only imagine what improvements they could possibly do, because this is already basically top tier. If Apple were to say, hey, we're gonna take a leap year, I wouldn't mind them taking a leap year on this phone right here, leaving us off with this gem and making us wait another year for them to, like, I don't know, get stuff done. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I think at this point, I think it's confirmed. But this would be the phone to do it on, because the battery life is amazing, the screen resolution is amazing. Here, I got the low battery mode, but the scrolling is just immaculate. Let's try to go somewhere. The 120 hertz screen is truly a gem. Let's go over here to the website deal that I mentioned to you guys a couple videos. I've mentioned to you guys a bunch of times. Just go to Slick Deals if you guys are looking. This is basically like butter right here. 120 hertz. Display feels so smooth. Let me show you guys something on let me just show you guys on Safari. Let me make sure that we're all good. Let's go down to let's go down to Walmart. So just scrolling down these websites is like a little gem. It's like, it feels so buttery smooth. I highly recommend that if you're ever thinking about switching to Apple, definitely pick yourself up one of these. Battery life amazing, screen is amazing. Got this cool case. The build quality has been holding up pretty good. Let me show you guys how it looks like. I do believe it's gotten dusty, but other than dusty, I don't really think it's... Well, I've always had a case on it, and I do try to regularly clean it. I know you guys can't really tell from that, but I do try to clean it. I have a screen protector on it as well the whole time. It is a fingerprint magnet right here along these like chromed out edges. So yeah, if you're really nitpicky about that, just keep a microfiber cloth on you at all times. Let's talk about some features. So I never really used any MagSafe compatible cases or MagSafe chargers or like the MagSafe wallet. I never used any of that throughout the year. I didn't find the need for it, so I kind of just didn't use any of those. I don't have a MagSafe dash mount or anything like that, car mount. So I can't really comment on those. Performance. Basically the only game I would play has been a little bit of the Yu-Gi-Oh game, and in that you crank this bad boy up to like the maximum amount of setting, the maximum graphics. I'm sorry, this is probably an update, but it handles it super well. Like no stutters, no stops, nothing like that. You're gonna get peak performance from this device. Actually, I did play a little bit of Apex Mobile a couple months ago when it first released, and it ran smooth. It ran really well. So mobile gaming on this, nothing wrong with it. Best performance out there. Yeah, you're not gonna be disappointed. What else can I talk about this phone? The price is pretty steep. Hopefully, sorry about that. Okay, so back. The price is pretty steep, $1,100 for the base model with 128 gigs, I believe. Actually, let me double check that. Let me go check the storage. iPhone storage. Yeah, 128 gigs. I have used 96 of them, so that is a lot of gigs that I have used. I don't know what I primarily have a whole bunch of gigs in, but I guess my photos and TikTok, and I still have Apex Mobile. So yeah, so 128. I'm not a very power heavy user, so for me that is basically fine. I was fine with 64 heck for a whole bunch of years. Like I never went back. This time I went past 64, but 128 is fine. I don't mind it. The price difference is I think $100 for each one. So if you go 128, then 256 is 1,199. So you're almost paying like 1,400, and then you can go up to the 1 terabyte one. That's kind of crazy. I think that's almost like 1,800. I think, yeah. So I'm always gonna try to stick for the most cheapest version of the storage because I don't really need it. If anything, I could just delete a couple apps, but throughout my whole time, I've never been like a power user, heavy storage user, so that's really never been an issue. But if you are like someone that has like a bunch of video files and stuff like that and uses this for like storage and stuff like that, then yeah, you're probably gonna want something else like that. But back to the price, I feel like the price, I read an article somewhere saying that the price was going to be increased for the higher trim iPhones, which is kind of disappointing because it's already $1,099, so it's already basically $1,100 with taxes. You're looking at $1,210 basically in California. Maybe cheaper where you're at, but I know that in the States, I think California has a 10% tax. Well, I think it might actually be 10% tax. So like, it's basically another $120 on top of whatever you buy. So you kind of have to take that into account. What I'm thinking about doing with this particular phone is holding out until the iPhone 14 comes out, of course, trading it in to try to get around 700 to 800 trade-in value, because I think that's what the iPhone 12 Pro Max was getting in trade-in value when the 13 Pro Max barely came out. Like as soon as it came out, I think they were letting you get like 750 or 800. If it's 800, then I would definitely take the trade-in because that would effectively reduce the price. If it is around 1250, and they give you 850. You're basically paying like 500 at most, 550 for the newest iPhone, which isn't that bad. You are giving up a phone, but you are getting a higher trade-in value. And I know that is like after a couple months the trade-in value does go low, because the 12 Pro Max right now is only getting $600, and that would only almost be half the price of a 13 Pro Max. So you'd effectively be paying like $650 out of pocket, which isn't that bad, because you can't really get, I think you could get the mini for that price, but for $650 you basically would get that one. So I know they have an iPhone Forever like trade-in upgrade program, but I don't want to do all that. But yeah, so like solid phone, probably the best iPhone Apple's ever made. I guess I could say that for each iPhone they've made up until the newest one. But I've really enjoyed it. I would not mind using this phone for another 1 or 2 years, 3 years, heck, even 4 years if they continue to update it. At this point, the performance, we're not going to see any more noticeable increase from the previous generations. I know how they say 20% faster, 20% faster, but like the chips are just, they're lightning speed. Like you're not going to tell a difference between a second or two or a millisecond at this point. But I have really enjoyed the features. The styling is nice and clean. It is kind of big on the hand, but it grows on you. I don't think they should go bigger than this. I feel like this should probably be the max amount of size they go. The max amount of screen size they go. Maybe, oh, I think I saw that they were getting rid of this notch and like closing this off and only doing like a circular dot. I'm not sure about that. I'll talk about that more during the review or whenever they announce it, and then give you guys my thoughts and impressions. So yeah, if you guys are thinking about getting a new iPhone, and you have, depends, if you have the money to wait to upgrade to the iPhone 14 Pro Max and you don't need a phone immediately today, then I would suggest you waiting for that. But if you do need a phone, I would also suggest you guys waiting for the new one to come out, because this one would go down in price as well. So I'm kind of on the boat where you should kind of wait unless it's absolutely necessary and you need to upgrade. Then I guess go with this one. But I would highly suggest you guys just keep waiting for the 14 Pro Max, because you can get your most bang for the buck with a trade-in, or just sell it online right now and hopefully try to get as much money as you can, and then just pick up the newer ones. But yeah, honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are my 1 year impressions and thoughts on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And yeah, so see you guys in the next one. Peace.